Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, here in the Silver Bowl, home for the Red Tornadoes, where they come in tonight at 4-3 in this football contest. They will take on the Shikellamy area Braves. The Braves at 1-6, having another rough year in what has been a string of rough years for the Braves. Unfortunately, a once proud program struggling to keep it together a little bit. A game, as we talked about with Wayne last week at North Schuylkill, a pivotal game. Pivotal. A couple extra syllables in that first one. A pivotal game for Mount Carmel area, as all of them will be for the rest of the season, as they need a big win tonight. This is a bonus win if they can bring the Braves down tonight, and that Braves are a 3A team. So they're going to pick up some extra points as far as the district standings go, if we can knock them off, and certainly we hope that happens. Mount Carmel area comes in off a North Schuylkill, a 27-0 shutout, first shutout of the season. They look good on offense and defense, Wayne. They look like they're on all cylinders last week. Well,
I'll tell you, they started 2 games ago, and I think they finally realized that they have to start taking these things one game at a time. They saw the handwriting on the wall, after the Southern game, losing the Southern area and so on. And, Allentown Central Catholic was a big game where I think they finally realized, they have to take each one game by game every Friday. And you can see the difference in their play, both offense and defense. This team has certainly gelled together a little bit more than what they started with at the beginning of the season, and look like the type of team at this point that everybody expected coming into this year.
The Braves, if you were, I don't know, I didn't see the monitor as I was talking with you. The Braves, somewhat indicative of their season. One of their captains came out, of course, on crutches. Should give you some indication of how their season has gone. They have one win against Lewistown. They have been pummeled by pretty much everybody else as they get to this point in the season. So it'll be an interesting game, I think, for the Tornadoes, in that one of their problems, I think, in the very early part was that they kind of underestimated people, or they weren't particularly prepared to play a team. This team gives you that same kind of problem. You look at a team that's 1-6 and you wonder how good they really are. There's no wondering going on out here. They better know how good that Mount Carmel area is. They have to show that, and they want to bounce this game, and they want to get ahead big, rest some of those guys, because right down the line next week, Wyalusing in what is the key game so far of the season in District 4 standings.
Let's go back to last year. 1 year ago when we played Shikellamy down there on their field in the first half. The game ended up 7-6 in the first half, and then we sort of woke up a little bit. We came back, and of course the offense kicked into gear, and we did win the game. It was like 40-13 or something on that order. But again, it's the type of team where you just can't do that. We do not have the capability this year of coming back from 2 touchdown behind during a game and win.
Hale kicks it off for the Braves. Number 41 for the Red Tornadoes on the ball, Justin Leonovich. He takes it up where it'll be placed down at the Mount Carmel area 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. And we talked with Coach Brennan last night a little bit at Supper Club, and he was confident. He thought they had a good week of practice. He felt everybody's focused. They know what they need to do, and we'll see tonight how well they do it. As Shinsky will bring them up, he'll have Pilarski and Leshinsky in the backfield, with Pilarski over that wing position to start. Now in motion, he gives it to Pilarski around the other side, down on the Shikellamy sideline, and he takes it up over the 35-yard line to about the 37-yard line.
All coach is looking for is consistency, both on offense and defense. Warren, as you talk to him, you have to come out and you have to play the game from the kickoff until the final whistle right at the very end.
Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Tornadoes. Now it's traditional I formation, as Shinsky will hand and fake it to Pilarski, and he looks downfield, and he's got number 21 there for the Red Tornadoes, and that is Steve Matsura. I'm not going to make any number mistakes tonight either, by the way.
Okay. All right, I see you have your special glasses on tonight.
I am not going to make any number mistakes tonight. That pass and catch was good enough for the 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. Ball now at the big red 47-yard line. You don't seem to believe me. You don't seem to think that can happen.
I don't.
Well, it will.
Okay.
Stay back, stand back, and marvel.
We have it now on tape.
Matsura with the ball, and he's trying to get around the end there. And he'll take it up to about the 49-yard line of the Braves. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Red Tornadoes. Red going to mix it up a little bit, and you see a very many varied offense in the last few games, doing a little bit of everything. Everybody's involved in the game, and that's kind of a Brennan trademark, that everybody's in the game and doing something. This one goes to Matsura from the backfield. He'll take it down to about the 41-yard line of the, or 46-yard line of the Braves. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Red Tornadoes.
Coming in on the offensive side, we have the split end, number 1, Matt Medalis. Good to see him back. He had an excellent game last week. Left tackle, number 79, John Skinner. Left guard, number 69, Nick Cuff. The center, of course, number 54, Randy Swank. The right guard, number 71, Marshall Morarki. The right tackle, number 59, Nick Bierster. And the tight end, number 6, Vince Yasenchak.
See Matsura in motion now. He fakes it to Pilarski, and now it's a keeper by the quarterback. As big number 8 now will drag it all the way down to the 41-yard line of the Braves, and that's good enough for a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. So Dave on a keeper, and it's good enough for the 1st down, and Mount Carmel area marching here in their first possession of the game.
Of course, the quarterback, number 8, is the junior Dave Shinsky. The tailback, number 42, Jared Pilarski. The slot, number 21, Steve Matsura. And the fullback, number 45, Mike Lashinsky.
And off to Lashinsky, right up the middle, the big fullback down inside the 35-yard line, down to the 33-yard line of the Braves, and a quick hitter inside, and Lashinsky runs that play very well.
Yes, he does. He just, it's a quick burst of speed, and he just wants to get through the line of scrimmage as fast as he possibly can. A straight dive play. Take a look at the hole in the middle of that line. And he gets all the way down, and the cornerback comes in from the left side and makes a tackle.
2nd down and 4 now for the Red Tornadoes. Shinsky's back to pass. He looked for Medalis. He gets Medalis. Nifty move by Medalis down along the 30-yard line. He'll break into the 28-yard line, where it'll be good enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Doing some excellent play calling down there. You know, giving some nice moves to the outside. We have Jared Pilarski going to the outside, and then you come back up the middle with Mike Lashinsky, and now he hits Medalis and out on the flat.
Quick hitter in there, and we'll see who I don't know exactly who has the ball there, and whoever has it, he's chugging down.
That might be Brown.
I didn't see who he handed it off to there.
Number 51, yeah.
The big guy, when he's in there, he chugs along. He'll drop it right at the 20-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down now and about 2.
This has to be one of the smallest Shikellamy squads I have seen in years. The only one that is standing head over everybody is number 11, and that is Purdy, Matt Purdy.
Right, he's the guy to watch. He is the best athlete on the field. You saw a fumble in the backfield. Mount Carmel area looks like it recovered. We'll wait and see the call, but I believe they did, and they do. Matsura gets off the bottom of that pile. There'll be a loss on the play of about 2 yards, which will bring up 3rd down now and about 4. It's Matsura in motion, and he drops back to pass. Lots of time chasing the backside, and there's Medalis.
Oh,
nice catch by Medalis, and he's in for the touchdown. Matt Medalis, number 1 on the catch, and that was a pretty catch. Well, I hope we see this. We'll look for the replay here, and you'll see he was covered pretty well downfield. You'll see Shinsky looking. Watch Medalis come into your field of vision there in a second. There he is. Gets up high for it, bobbles it for a second, and makes a nice move.
Yes.
That's back into the center of the field, and boom. He gets a touchdown. The extra point, unfortunately, was blocked, and we haven't seen that this year, but he blocked the extra point. So it'll leave the score at the 7:22 mark of the first period of play. Mount Carmel area 6 and the Braves 0.
Well, you can see some indication of maybe what the night is going to be like here, especially on the offensive side. Of course, we haven't seen anything from the defense as of yet, but the offensive line, you know, much larger than what Shikellamy is putting on the field defensively, and certainly controlling the ball and you know, putting some holes and giving Dave enough of time to you know, look over all the receivers, whether it be running or passing play. So
Whitecamp's going to tee it up for the Red Tornadoes. He'll be kicking down deep to number 2. That's Spiegelmeyer. And number...
looks like 42.
42 is what I was going to say, too,
yeah.
And that'll be Raines. So Spiegelmeyer and Raines deep for the Braves. So Whitecamp tees it up here.
Wow.
Going to go in Spiegelmeyer's direction, number 2 there. And he brings it up over the 20-yard line, where he's brought down hard down there by Lashinsky getting off the pile down there. Number 27, Wargo getting off the pile, and number 29, and of course number 29, Buggy, and he gets off every pile just about in the last few games. So
he's there's a kid there that's played some great defensive end position this year. Is really contained and hard hitter, and between him and Matsura over on that left-hand side and Swank, not too much going on over there.
So number 7, Wolf, will bring him up here, and he'll get this offense rolling. And he hands it off very quickly out in the middle as they line up in a wing T formation there for the Braves.
Matsura getting up, Brown getting him up off the pile. Vincey Senchak.
No gain on the play for the Braves. It brings up second down and 10. Who did they line up at a running back, Wayne? They were back and forth with who that was going to be tonight. Who's the main one in the back there? Can you see his number? Tough numbers to read from the Braves, and they have new uniforms out here. A keeper now by Wolf as he runs pretty much a quarterback keeper off that wing T formation.
Tailback is number 20.
Number 20 will be Bowman, Cole Bowman. That's a name we all remember from a couple of years back.
Wow, Bowman and I thought of his name today when we were coming down here to quarterback. Bartosik.
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Bucknell. Now he's at Susquehanna.
Playing. Yep, absolutely. So Wolf will bring him up. It's third down and about 8. And he's going to go back to pass. Oh my goodness, he was trying to hit number 6 down there, Hoffman, but he was well covered. And that was a very dangerous pass.
Leonovich was there. He is the one that almost picked off the ball. The Matsura was there, and Litkavich.
And that was a dangerous pass. He was very lucky not to have a bad thing happen to him there. So they'll go back in punt formation now, and number 7 for the Braves, and that is Wolf, the quarterback. And that seems to be a theme in high school football, where the quarterback is also the punter. I think we've seen that the last 4 games now. So Wolf will give it a crack, and he has a nice punt down there, and he's heading it right down there to Leonovich, who's down along the Shikellamy sideline, where he'll take it down in Shikellamy territory at the 42-yard line, where the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10. So field position so far in the Red Tornadoes' favor. The Braves stymied on their first possession, and you're right, as I look at them, they are the smallest Shikellamy team I may have ever seen. And those of you who can go back some in the 60s when they were Sunbury and they were the scourge of the region, then undefeated teams, a far cry now as we look at this group here. And we're going to hand it to Pilarski right up the middle, and Pilarski is brought down hard down there. And I'll try to get you the number down there. That's number 6, and that's Hoffman. That was a heck of a tackle. Take a look at this on the replay. Watch Pilarski. You'll see him going through the line. You're going to see him stop dead, and he picks him right up and puts him in the ground. It's a gain of about a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9 for Big Red. And that's as good a tackle as you're going to see. So we pitch it to Matsura. Matsura breaks over the 40-yard line down to the 37-yard line of the Braves.
That's a nice little play. It's a short pitch. We have Pilarski going deep, looking like it's a deep pitch around the end, and Mansour picks it up and just about tries to turn it into like a straight dive play off tackle.
So 3rd and 6 for the Red Tornadoes here. We'll see what Dave has in mind. And he'll line up in a shotgun formation. He's flanked by the 2 backs, Lashinsky and Pilarski. Both stay in the block. And he looks down for Medalis. He's got him. Medalis puts a nifty move on once again. And look at that. Down. Yes. Matt Medalis, number 1, inside the 25-yard line, down at the 24-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. That helmet was nice. Take a look here.
Yeah, you're right. Take a look. He catches the ball, and he makes, Dave's under pressure. Matt keeps his eye on the ball all the way, makes a nice move back to the center of the field. Now look at this. Puts his head down.
Yes. He buries number 42, Raines, as he's going downfield and picks up 3 extra yards on the play. Pitch it to Pilarski, and he's going to try to get around that end. He's not going to do it, so he cuts back up. And he's going to be buried there. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not, to tell you the truth, as the Braves have that play well defensed. The Braves with a Mount Carmel area connection over in that sideline with Sean Sheptock on the coaching staff over there.
Yes, I did see his name on the coaching list as an assistant coach coming in.
4 minutes remaining in the first quarter, 7-7, in Southern Columbia.
So we'll go into an I formation now. He's got Wargo way out to his right, and he had a double formation to his left, but he's looking right at Wargo. And Wargo makes a fabulous catch. Touchdown.
Oh, Wargo, what a catch.
Oh, my goodness, that was picture perfect.
Wow.
Here it is coming at you, folks.
Dave under pressure from the backside, and he almost gets hit. But take a look, beautiful pass, but Wargo turns around 180 degrees, catches the ball in one hand, and steps over the goal line.
And that was almost like catching it by yourself there, as I actually got a coverage of that, that pass play. So Mount Carmel area now looking like maybe they're going to go for it here. And I think they are.
And this is a good opportunity to try a play like this.
Right.
Or, you know, you have nothing to lose. Second possession, you already kicked the ball in with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left.
So it's a pass play. He looks down there, and he's got Pilarski, and there it is. The 2-point conversion is good. So now at the 3:23 mark of the first quarter, it's Mount Carmel area 14. The Braves of Shikellamy 0, and Mount Carmel area is looking very, very good tonight.
Yeah, they come out again. They started 2 games ago. We saw a great defensive performance and offensive performance in the last 2 games. You know, everybody's just starting to gel together and play as a unit. And this is what they need to do now if they want to talk about postseason play.
Yeah, I mean this is what it's all about now, and they're looking as sharp as they possibly can here. Offensively, doing everything right. Defensively, the Braves only had 1 possession, and it didn't do well. If they continue this, and the thing that I think Coach Brennan's thinking in his mind is that he wants them to get rested a little bit. He does not want to have these guys playing in a tight game in the 4th quarter, and neither would I.
Well, don't forget now you got 2 big games coming up. The last 2 games of the season. One with Wyalusing, who will be coming down here, I would assume, with a 7-1 record in our district to begin with, and then final game against Selinsgrove.
So Whitecamp got it teed up there. He's got Spiegelmeyer and Raines down deep for the Braves. This one's going to go to Raines this time, right around the 7-yard line. Raines brings it up, and he's got himself a lane now, but a clip on the play. And that's going to come back. Number 30 for the Red Tornadoes there, Mark Kowaleski, was clipped. He probably would have made the play. That's what freed up Raines. But we'll watch him march this thing off.
Look, Cavish, number 2, makes the tackle out of bounds.
That was a hit that you couldn't hide. It was right up in the open there. There was no way to get away from that one.
And I think the striped shirt was right behind him.
Yeah,
too, you know.
he wasn't going to hide from that thing. So.
Now you're talking about Sunbury, Shikellamy. You know, their record 65, 66, and 67. They went undefeated. and played in the Eastern Conference Finals those 3 years.
So Wolf brings him up. He's got Bowman in back of him there. And this time he runs it inside, and that's number 6 for the Braves, Hoffman, out of that wing T formation, and he takes it over, and he'll pick up 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Steve Mansour staying in his position and making the tackle as Hoffman comes through the line of scrimmage. Similar play to what we run with Steve Mansour running the ball. It's that slash back play.
Yeah, only it just comes out of a little different formation is the only thing different about it. As Wolf brings him up, and he's going to run the option now, as he's going to be drugged down there. He's going to gain about 3 yards in the play. I see the guy that Wargo finally brought him down. That looks like an option play. I'm not sure if it is or not. They will switch in and out of an option run. Now he doesn't look like, well, he has a trailer.
Yep.
He does have a trailer back there. It may be. I'm not sure if they're running the option when he does that or not. One of the things that needs to happen is that trailer was way far behind him, and he needs to get out in front of him a little bit.
Also the quarterback was pushed back a little bit because Wargo made an excellent play and came up very early into the hole and got through the lead blockers.
So it's 3rd and 4 now for Wolf as he brings the Braves up. And he's going to go back and pass. He's under pressure, and he throws it right to Shikellamy. That's number 31 for the Red Tornadoes. Damian Shikellamy, the sophomore, intercepts the pass and takes it in for the touchdown.
Take a look. Here's Shikellamy right in front of your screen there. He waited until the very last second, watched the quarterback all the way, got his eye on the ball, and that was it.
Well, we need to give Cuff a little bit of credit on that one, too, because Cuff was all over Wolf. Wolf couldn't see over him. Pretty much shouldn't have thrown a pass, I don't think, but he does. And just like that, the Red Tornadoes are back in the end zone again, and this is turning ugly real quick for the Braves. Whitecamp pops it up there, and it is good. So at 1:47 remaining here in the first quarter of play in the Silver Bowl, Mount Carmel area now out to a 21-point lead over the Braves at 21-0. This could turn into a very long night for the Shikellamy people if they don't put something together very quickly.
Well, again, you take a look at the size of both the offense and defensive lines for the Tornadoes. I do not think, looking at the roster from Shikellamy, that there's maybe 1, maybe 2 players on their lines that would match one of the Tornadoes.
Yeah, just an extremely small squad.
Oh, yeah.
Size-wise, they are just extremely small. And that is so unusual for a district that big. You know, you just can't figure out what happened with this district as far as football is concerned. But they have just not been able to tie it together well. So the same duo back there, Raines and Spiegelmeyer. Spiegelmeyer, number 2 on the far side. And Whitecamp's going to tee that thing up. Nice kick. And this will be Spiegelmeyer at the 10. And he's got a wedge in front of him, but he's going to be brought down in there, and he's brought down in there hard. One of the guys hitting the ground down there is number 87, Rick Greco. And I didn't see, did you see the other guy that got off that pile there? But and Greco stays in the game now. Greco's over at that.
Might have been 55. Dan Evans was there also.
Greco will stay at that left defensive end, I assume, right? I don't see Buggy in there. Yeah, so he'll stay at that left defensive end in the game here now as they work him back in the lineup. The last time we really saw him at full strength was in the Panther Valley game. Wolf's going to hand it off, and oh my goodness, Brown buries him. I mean, that is just buries him. That was ugly. Number 6 was the ball carrier.
There's just no way, the way Brown has been playing that defensive nose position the last couple of weeks, that I think this center is going to be able to handle him at all. Number 63, Tom Bagshinsky, is in the right tackle position.
It was a 2-yard loss in a play. It's 2nd down and 12 now for the Braves as Wolf brings him in here. And he's going to keep it, and he's going to pass it. And he's got a guy. He's got Purdy downfield. Purdy, the big tight end, was open, lost his footing as he turned. The ball was thrown behind him a little bit, and as he turned around to get it, he slipped down and ball falls incomplete. Purdy, the best looking of the group here. He really is the athlete in this whole group, both offensively and defensively. Just couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah, 6'2", he's a senior, 6'2", 183 pounds.
I mean, he just has the look of a football player.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just the way he looks and the way he carries himself, you know that he's tough out there. So Wolf will go back to pass again. This time he's going the other way. And again, he has number 29 out there completely all alone. And it looks like number 2, Letkavich, finally brings him down. But how number 29, that's Mike Martin, the junior, how he got so open. I'm sure Coach Brennan's asking himself that right now. As you see Wolf let it go. And take a look. I mean, it's not a great pass, but look how open he is that no Red Tornado could get to him. And then Leonovich couldn't hang on to him. And it takes Letkavich to finally bring him down, and down he does. But the Braves now in Red Tornado territory, down at the Mount Carmel area, 27-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Shikellamy. And he's going to look to pass again, and he does. He's looking for Purdy, the big guy. And
Purdy has it.
He caught it, but I don't think he caught it in bounds, and he didn't. Nice effort by Purdy.
I'll tell you, that was.
He was in the end zone, but he just couldn't bring it down in bounds.
That was almost like Wargos down here for the touchdown for the Tornadoes. Purdy was going down on his back, and he reached up with one hand at the last minute. Watch.
Take a look at this play. That's why I said he's the athlete on the field. But you can see where the pylon is, and he fell out of bounds as he came down. So an unfortunate event for the Braves, but it'll bring up 2nd down now and 10. And the Braves seem to be working the left side of the Red Tornado defense right now. And he goes right back to pass again. This time he's in trouble from Buggy. This is a screen pass, and he's going to have to outrun Brown. He just barely gets by Brown, but he doesn't get by number 41, Leonovich, for the Red Tornadoes. He takes the ball inside the Mount Carmel area 20, down to the 17-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, and that should be,
he's gonna be
very close. I don't think he got it all the way, but he's about a yard short of the 1st down. So it'll bring up 3rd down now and a little less than a yard for the Braves. And we'll see what the...
No, they're giving it to him.
Okay, I wondered where they were going with that, too. So it's 1st and 10. We correct that as they corrected on the field. 1st and 10 now from the 17. I'm not sure why they did that.
I don't think that was a 1st down, not when the ref was standing on the other side.
So Wolf now takes it himself again, and this time he is pummeled, and that's Greco with the first whack on him there, I believe. I think it was 87 that came off there. Yeah, it is. Rick Greco pops him. So he'll pick up about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
And you are right. That is an option play. They're trying to run that option to the right side. Wargo, number 27, is the one that's coming up very quickly and taking the option, right off the field, that the quarterback must keep the ball because he's taking over and containing that trail back.
Well, oddly enough, the trail back is nowhere near the play. Right. It doesn't look like he's thinking of throwing it back to him. If he does, he's gonna lose some yards. I mean, it's not a bona fide option, at least the way they're running it right now. Wolf seems like he's keeping it no matter what. He doesn't really look backward at all to see what's going on. And I guess looking backward, in his case, he's probably thinking, I got my head knocked off, so I'm just going to keep going. We got one more play here as there was a timeout on the field. There's 2.3 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. So we'll tee this thing up one last time in the 1st quarter as the Red Tornadoes get their people off the field and the Braves will get lined up here. Wolf brings them up. He's got Bowman in back of him now, and that's who he's going to go to, Bowman. Bowman's brought down pretty quickly in there by number 51, Brown. At least one of the guys, and that's Matsura, the other guy getting off the pile. And that's the end of the quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. Mount Carmel area 21, and the Braves of Shikellamy 0. All right, we get ready to start this 2nd quarter of play here. Mount Carmel area completely dominating the 1st quarter, but the Braves deep in Mount Carmel area territory at the 13-yard line, where it's 3rd down and 6 for the Braves, and this is their first real challenge to the Mount Carmel area defense as Wolf will bring him up. He's got number 27 in back of him now, and that's Longenberger, related to the Boston people, I'll bet. Wolf keeps it as he goes back, and he's going to be brought down in there. That's another nice play by Greco, as Greco read the play and collapsed the pocket a little bit there, and he brings Wolf down. And Wolf, I don't think he gained anything, to tell you the truth, with all the running around.
No.
He's going to bring up a 4th down now, and 6 for the Braves.
Good defensive coverage by the backs that time, where the quarterback had to pull the ball back down and look for some place to run.
And they're going to kick a field goal. Is it Martin? No, Martin's the holder. Who's the kicker coming in here? Is that 32?
Yep.
That's Mike Hale, and he's going to attempt a field goal, and he got it up there. I'm not sure if he got it in or not. He did. Yeah. So Hale kicks a field goal. The ball was on the 14-yard line, so that's a 24. How big is that? How long is it? 24, right?
Or 14.
24, 30, just under 30 yards.
Right, the ball was on the 16.
16, all right.
16, back 5, 21, 31-yard field goal.
That was right. Close enough.
You got it.
Close enough, but a big kick by Hale. And the Braves are on the scoreboard at the 11-14 mark. Mount Carmel area 21, the Braves 3.
Ooh, and I know a lot of these old-time fans just had a shiver up their back when that happened, because we can remember when
and that was the end zone it happened in, too.
You're darn right it did. You can remember back in the downpour, man, and there was a downpour, a muddy field that night. There were 9,609 people that played, or that came in to see that game in 1967. Chuck Smeltz kicking the field goal to beat the Tornadoes 3-0.
That was a game where the Red Tornadoes ran up and down the field. They just never could get it in the end zone and ended up losing it right at the end of the game there.
Joe Ambrose ran that ball up and down the field.
Yes, he did.
Hambone, yep.
So Hale gives it a kick. It's going to go to Leonovich right at the 30-yard line.
And he did it.
He's got himself a lane there, and there he goes.
Right there.
And they're not going to catch Justin Leonovich.
Let him go.
They are not going to catch him. He returns the kick for a touchdown. That's a 70-yard return for the touchdown by the sophomore Leonovich. And now, look at the replay here. And this is you're going to get a nice view of this. Watch him catch it. Now he's going to try to split this group, and he does right here. That's where he splits it. Now it's a foot race here, and that's a nice block, and that's number 56 for the Red Tornadoes, who made a great play down there. Beaver. Yep. Beaver could have easily had a mistake made there. He did exactly what he should have done, just enough, and he shielded him. And there, the extra point by Whitecamp, good, and now it is Mount Carmel area 28 and the Braves 3, but it's good to see a run back like that. But Beaver, I want to say that again, that was a nice play. It was a heads-up play. All he needed to do was get in the way, and he did, and it sprung him for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, the key to that touchdown was that when Leonovich got the ball, he did not look either way. He caught the ball. It was straight upfield with the burst of speed.
Look at the speed here.
That was it. That's what scored that touchdown for him.
That's just, and we know we've heard that, we've seen that with him. We haven't seen him in the open field a whole lot so far, but there's a little touch of what you're going to see. He's 5'10", 190 pounds, and he's a sophomore. So you're going to see a lot more of him in the coming years here at Mount Carmel area. So Whitecamp will tee it up now again, and the Braves are getting a little bit used to this kick return team going on the field there, unfortunately. And this one he drives, he's going to drive Spiegelmeyer back to the 2-yard line. Spiegelmeyer comes up.
Leonovich made the first.
No, Wargo. Wargo was actually that first hit. Yeah, Wargo had the first hit. And look at the group getting off of there. And that's like Greco finished them up down there. He had also had number 48 on that pile down there for the Red Tornadoes, Pete Kulik, yeah.
Wow.
But Wargo really slowed him up with his arm out there.
He turned him right around just about.
He got him sideways, and Greco then murdered him as he went down. So. And that was a deep kick all the way down to the 2-yard line for Whitecamp as he continues to impress us here this year. And he is just such a neat kid. I mean, we had him at Supper Club. He is just such a neat guy. you got to like him. Cuff. Now you got to see what happened there. You got Hoffman carrying the ball. Cuff takes Purdy. drives Purdy so far back that Purdy smacks into the ball carrier. Hoffman then goes down. That was all Cuff over there on that play, though. Purdy just could not hold him out as he went right past him. Purdy at that tight end position in the wing T setup.
Probably back and said, let's not call that again.
Cuff was just all over that thing. He wasn't taking any prisoners. They bring Purdy now to the other side. He's over at Buggy's side now as Wolf brings him up, and it was a 5-yard loss. Wolf goes back to pass. He's under a lot of pressure, and he's looking again at that spring, and there's at the screen pass. Yasenchak all over the screen pass along with Cuff. And he absolutely buries the ball carrier. Picked up a 3 on the play, but he hasn't even gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
They tried to set up 2 screen passes. He's looking over here to the right, number 6. That one was covered by Buggy. Buggy making sure that nobody gets to the outside, and he turns and throws in the opposite direction towards their own bench.
He had Swank, the charging bull, coming at him full speed.
How would you like that? Hey, how would you like to be looking over on the one side of the field and then turn around and you see number 54 blotting the lights out?
It's 3rd and 12. Wolf goes back to pass. He's got some time now, but he had nobody out there. And now he's going to try to run it. And he's going to be brought down in there by Leonovich. Leonovich played the block off.
Yep.
It made a nice defensive play on Wolf and brings him down, and it's going to be 4th down and about 7.
I think Mike Lashinsky, number 45, playing linebacker position now, also is in on that stop.
You can see him being blocked, and he plays off the block, and there he is, boom, he still brings him down. Nice play by Leonovich, and then he's having himself a heck of a football game here tonight. So the Braves will be back to punt. Wolf in that punt formation. And he's looking at Wergo and Leonovich, and he's going to kick it to Leonovich. Kind of bounces it around, and Leonovich is going to head upfield again as he tries to get along the Mount Carmel area sideline. He's brought down in there by number 6, Andy Hoffman, for the Braves, but the Red Tornadoes inside Brave territory already on a 1st and 10 from the Brave 43-yard line.
You can see Cuff as number 7 was back there. The quarterback was back ready to punt. You could see Cuff just going around him and just making sure, that he punted the ball. But Cuff putting a lot of pressure on every punter so far this year.
Yeah. So we pitch it to Pilarski. Pilarski trying to get around the end over on the Shikellamy side, and he does.
Look at the speed.
And there you have it. Look at this. As Pilarski chugs it all the way down to about the 14-yard line of the Braves, where it's 1st and 10. And you're right. When that burst hit on the sidelines, he just accelerated. Take a look. You'll see him as he gets to the sideline. He's trying to get turned. Now he does. And he's going to make a cut right there, right along. And now look at how fast he is. Look how quickly he accelerated away from everybody. And we've told you about that about Pilarski from the very beginning. He is one quick little guy. You got to give him a little bit of space, and he's going to go. So 1st and 10, ball on the 14-yard line of the Braves. The Red Tornadoes are banging on the door again. This time we'll pitch it to Pilarski to go the other way and see how things go that way. And he makes the turn again as he goes inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8.
Cuffy making a crushing block that time. Just picked the guy right up and right on his back. Number 16, look at this. Boom.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 4 now. About a 6-yard pickup as Pilarski can see as he tries to get to the side, then he's trying to make his cut back again. So ball sitting on the 8, 2nd down, and a long 3 actually for the 1st down. Dave's going to look to pass this one, and he's going to, he's got Medalis 3. That was, oh my goodness, that's Dave Shinsky, first of all. Really kept a cool head in there under pressure, and Medalis did what he's supposed to do, get open in the end zone.
Take a look at this. You'll see 2 defenders tackling Dave Shinsky. He's looking out to the right to Mitsura. Look at 55 coming in and the defensive end, and Dave just spotted.
There's no one there.
Medalis there.
And I'll tell you what, Dave's been hung on by 2 guys, and what a bullet he throws. Whitecamp puts it up there, and it's good. It is now Mount Carmel area 35, the Braves 3, and they are trouncing the Braves here in the first half of play. There's 7 minutes and 54 seconds still remaining in the 2nd quarter, with Mount Carmel already at 35 points. The Braves are pretty much defenseless right now against this Red Tornado onslaught.
You take a look at Matt Medalis coming back, from a sickness, and this is from the beginning of the season, and actually nobody knew about it, and it affected him. right up until, you know, it came down to one of the games where, and he just couldn't take it anymore. You know, and actually it hit him pretty hard. He stayed out for 2 weeks, and boy, I'll tell you what, he's come back with a vengeance. You know, the North Schuylkill game last week, where we thought we would only see him sparingly.
Right.
He played just about the whole game and did an excellent job. And you know, it's a little tough being off your feet for 2 weeks without a uniform on and all the gear and the weight and everything else. And he just came back and played a great game, and he's continuing that tonight.
So Whitecamp tees it up. He hands it to Shikellamy, and this time it's in the end zone. He kicked it in the end zone, folks. I knew sooner or later he was going to do that, and he did. As he belted the ball, Shikellamy just let it go over his head. So the Braves will take it over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for the Braves. But everything's going right for the guys in red tonight.
Yeah, they are playing some good football, and you know, like we said, they have to do this. They have to, you know, get sharp. No matter what they do, the blocking, the timing, and everything else from here until the end of the year. They got 2 tough games coming up.
Yep. So Wolf will bring him up here. He's got Bowman in back of him now. And he hands it to Bowman, and Bowman's brought down in there by Yasenchak, number 6, the big linebacker. And he had some help from number 30 for the Red Tornadoes, Kovaleski. I believe that's 30, isn't it? I can't see if Kovaleski was in the game or not there. It looked like 30 as he stood up. I'll wait to see they split up a little bit. This is important because I wasn't going to make any mistakes now.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to see number 30 in the game here somewhere, or I'm in trouble.
Yes, you're right. He's playing the right defensive end.
Oh, bring it on. Bring it on. This is going to be one of those little inside ones out of that wing tee. Number 17 with the ball for the Braves. That's Chris Brown, and he is brought down by Buggy in there. Was that Matsur?
Matsur comes over. He makes the stop very quickly. Take a look, number 21.
There he is, okay.
He was not fooled at all by the misdirection.
The Red Tornadoes really having their way with the Braves right now. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 4, actually, for the Braves. This time Wolf's going to keep it, and this time he does pitch it, and that's why I think he didn't pitch it before, because Buggy down there and number 2 for the Red Tornadoes, Led Cabbage, were all over that play. That was an option. That's what he was attempting. But number 6 with the ball, Hoffman, got buried. Yeah.
Matsur was on the quarterback all the way. There's Buggy, you see him. LeCavage. Leonovich makes the initial hit on the pitch man.
So a fairly big loss, and it's now 4th and 10, and Wolf be in punt formation for the Braves.
Looks like we're setting up a return here. We put no pressure whatsoever on the punter.
Nice punt that time, and Leonovich wisely just takes it down onto a knee there. Again, they start off inside Brave territory, where it seems they spent the entire first half of this football game trying to bang around in the Braves territory with 5:59 here left in the first half of play. Olshinsky trots back into the huddle. We'll see what Coach Brennan has in store here.
Kovaleski is in the backfield now as the tailback, number 30.
But he hands it right to Lashinsky, the fullback. Lashinsky takes it down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Boy, he runs that so nice. Take a look at the blocking in the center, and he just puts his head down. It's a quick burst of speed right up for the very quick 6-yard pickup.
Time Kovaleski again as he tries to get outside. Nice move by Kovaleski. He'll pick up about 3 yards in a play down to the 37-yard line on the Braves. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 1 now.
One of the wide receivers, number 28 in there, Nate Morgan.
Buggy brings the play in. We'll see if Dave keeps this one. Oh, we're going to give it to the big fullback, and he just keeps pounding down there, Lashinsky. The ball pops out. Ball popped out and came straight back. It's recovered in there by Cuff. And believe it or not, it's a first down.
Yeah.
Even on the fumble, the Red Tornadoes pick up the first down, a ball at the Brave 31-yard line now. And that's, I mean, when things start going your way, they just avalanche in your direction right now. The Braves just cannot buy a break no matter how they do it.
But you talk about some blocking on that interior line there with Cuff and Bierster on the other side.
Kovaleski, and this time he's going to be brought down in the backfield as they penetrated pretty heavily and took Kovaleski straight back. He should lose about 5 on the play or so. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Red Tornadoes. Red Tornadoes with a bunch of different people in and out of that lineup now, even on the line. Is it 50? I'm trying to see who's in there. Enough to remember the numbers I am remembering.
Nick Bierster's 59.
Okay, Shinsky looks at Ledkavich down there. There's Ledkavich. He'll take it down inside the 30-yard line down to the Brave 28-yard line. And it'll bring up about a 3rd and 8 when they finally set the ball down. Stop was by Spiegelmeyer, number 2.
Medalis goes in and Wargo 27 comes out, and coach is shifting a lot of people in, I guess. And you're right, you know, he wants to keep everybody rested up and good strong legs coming up into the next couple games here.
Puts Medalis in motion. He's going to drop straight back to pass, and he does. And that's Matsura, and Matsura is down along the 13-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes. And that was, I want you to watch. Look at Purdy, number 11. Boom!
And picked up very well by Mike Lashinsky.
He really was the catalyst on this play, and then a nice pass by Dave down to Matsura. But Lashinsky picks up the blitzing linebacker and really stops him in his tracks. The Red Tornadoes again down banging on the door. They're going to wear that door out soon as we got, is that Kovaleski? Kovaleski cuts it up, and Kovaleski did a nice run inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7. That was a tough run by Kovaleski.
Yeah, he's hitting, as soon as he gets into the linebacking core there, he gets hit pretty hard and spins around 180 degrees, comes out of the tackle. Look at right there, gets hit. Picks up an extra 5 yards just on that extra move, keeping his legs going. That
was tough running. He's finally brought down in there by Longenberger, but brings up a 2nd down now and about 3 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 7, right up the middle to Lashinsky. Lashinsky will take it down close to the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down now. Let's see, 3rd down and about 3. Not quite 3. I don't think the Red Tornadoes are looking to do anything important here.
No, they're not gonna rush it. They're just gonna take their time.
There's 1:26 remaining here in the first half of play. As we line up and put, we go wide out to the right now, but we go right up the middle. That's Lashinsky, and he may have enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it. That was a nice play that time, as everybody thought they were going right. They handed Lashinsky right up, and he goes just left of the center. And we'll see where they finally spot the ball to see whether it's a first down. They're taking a long look at it themselves.
Yeah, John Skinner, number 79, and Marshall Merarkey, 71 on the left side of that line, just opening up a big hole, getting everybody back enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10, 1st and goal, I should say, from the 3. 1st and goal from the 3 for the Red Tornadoes now. Time running down at 57 seconds. The Red Tornadoes taking their time. He has big number 51, Brown, in the backfield in front of Kovaleski. And he goes to Brown, and Brown pops it into the end zone on a 3-yard run by the big fullback. The score now, Mount Carmel area 41, the Braves 3 with the extra point attempt to come. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will kick the mercy rule in. The clock in the second half will not stop And I believe the Braves are going to be happy that it doesn't, as they have been thoroughly dominated here by the Red Tornadoes in the first half of play, as Whitecamp will tee it up and attempt the extra point. And they'll be coming at him again. They have this play on where they come from his left, but he puts it through. So now with 44 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, it is Mount Carmel area 42 and the Braves 3. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the mercy rule has been invoked.
Boy, you talk about some good blocking down there. You know, I don't think that Jared was in for that whole series. We had Mike Lashinsky in at the fullback position the whole time, and Mark Kovaleski. And you talk about some good running by those two. You know, some great blocking in that line. Marshall Merarkey, John Skinner on the left, Beerster on the right, along with Guff. And of course, the center man holding down that whole line is Swank in the center, number 54.
So Whitecamp's going to tee it up, and of course he popped it into the end zone on his last kick. So he just keeps getting better and better. This guy, I tell you what, I love watching him play. He just looks like a football player, you know, big rangy kid. He just looks like it, and he's thoroughly enjoying himself out there, and that's what you like, as he puts a leg into it. And this one's going to go down to the 2-yard line. And that is on the run back, at least. That was number 27 for the Braves, Longenberger. And he was stopped in there by number 48. That's Kulik. Kulik actually made the stop on a play by tripping him up. So the ball at the Brave 23-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Braves. And right now, all they hope to hear is their band playing as they get into the locker room and try to regroup. This has been a tough first half for the Braves. Wolf will bring him out. And he's going to hand off inside there on that little inside Sally handoff to number 6, Hoffman. Hoffman takes it over to 25, up to the 26-yard line.
Number 61, Jared Owens, in playing the left tackle position, and was the one that made the tackle on that play.
So Hoffman brings him up for what should be the last play of the game for the half for the Braves. Straight handoff in there, and he's got number 20.
Boy, did you hear that?
Goodness. Number 20, Bowman on the carry. I don't know who put the hit.
It was a cabbage.
Oh, that was ugly. Yasenchak also getting off the bottom of the pile.
And number 27, Tim Wargo, was the other one in there to make that initial hit.
So that'll bring the first half of play to an end here in Mount Carmel's Silver Bowl with the score Mount Carmel area 42 and the Braves of Shikellamy 3. And stay tuned, we'll be back with the first half stats in 1 minute.
Dr. and Mrs. Jeffrey Greco of Oak Ridge Estate. Lindsay Lepotsky, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Steve Lepotsky of Coltmont. Mara Menapace, daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Mike Menapace. Rebecca Morgan, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Harry Morgan, Mount Carmel. Andrea Wysochansky, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ron Wysochansky of Denmark Gardens. And Twisty Maggie Mae Ross, accompanied by her mother, Mrs. Paula Greco of Coltmont. And now the senior football players of the 2001 season. Number 1, Matt Medalis, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Walter Medalis of Denmark Gardens. Number 6, Vince Yasenchak, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Vince Yasenchak, Denmark Gardens. Number 9, Andrew Whitecamp, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Don Whitecamp of Coltmont. Number 32, Ben Hajnowski, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Hajnowski of Centralia. Number 35, Robbie Scheibelhood, son of Mr. and Mrs. John Scheibelhood, escorted by his aunt, Tammy McAndrew of Mount Carmel. Number 42, Jared Kowarski, escorted by his mother, Dawn Kowarski, he is the son of the late Jack Kowarski, and also escorted by his grandfather, Carl Rusher of Mount Carmel. Number 56, Eric Beaver, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. William Beaver of Locust Gap. Number 58, Steve Kalipka, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Kalipka of Oak Ridge Estates. Number 59, Nick Kirster, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Kirster of Locust Gap. Number 61, Jared Owens, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Owens of Mount Carmel. Number 63, Tom Bagashinsky, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Anthony Bagashinsky of Atlas. Number 67, Justin Gillow, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Gillow of Mount Carmel. Number 69, Nick Cuff, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ed Cuff of Mount Carmel. Number 77, Joe Tomcavage, escorted by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Tomcavage of Coltmont. And ladies and gentlemen, on the field, the cheerleaders, senior cheerleaders, their parents, the senior football players and their parents, and on behalf of the Mount Carmel Area School District, we would like to thank the parents of these fine young men and women for their dedication to the Mount Carmel area.
Okay, gang, we're back here ready to start the second half of play, and we'll first go to Wayne. And I guess it took a little while to get up here. A lot of numbers to add up for Jose to
oh,
the
boy,
first half of play.
Yeah, he was rattling them off. He was telling, you know, some few different things that's going on down there in the sideline. On the Tornado side, of course, 20 carries, 93 yards. Pilarski 5 for 42. Lashinsky 5 for 23, having a good night. Matsura 3 for 9. Brown for 2 for 11. Kovaleski 3 for 5, and Dave Shinsky 2 for 3. In the passing department, Davis having, again, a third game in a row, an outstanding first half. I know last week he was 5 for 5. I think the week before in the first half he was 7 for 7. Tonight he is 8 for 8 for 106 yards in the first half. Medalis, of course, you know, having one heck of a game again. Medalis 4 for 50 yards. Matsur 2 for 25. Wargo 1 for 24. And Lekavich 1 for 7. On the Shikellamy side, 15 carries for 19 yards, passing 3 of 7 for 61. In the first downs, the Tornadoes 11 and Shikellamy Braves 2.
Yeah, it's been a rough first half. Whitecamp will get going here, and he pops it downfield. And he's going to get it in the direction of Longenberger, who's deep now instead of Spiegelmeyer. Longenberger up over the 20-yard line where he's going to be brought down there by number 27, Wargo. So the Braves will take over 1st and 10. Remind you again that the mercy rule has been invoked. The clock will stop only in a certain few situations. It will run almost continuously through this second half of play.
And even if you make a mistake with the number or with the name tonight, it continues on.
Well, I have not made any mistakes tonight. I am perfect. You are the one under a lot of pressure tonight, as we will begin, I'm sure, to put a lot of different people in and out of this game, and that is your job, is to identify those players. So you might want to glue those
glasses,
binoculars to your eyes.
It's not the binoculars, it's the glasses that I have to get back on again.
So Wolf gets him up there, and he's going to go back and pass, and he's got Cuff all over him to begin with. He sets it down, and once again,
what
goodness.
A play.
He had number 29 down there. Again, Martin had gotten him back, but Leonovich, 41, Leonovich, 41, jumps up. I was trying to get the jump up part out. It wouldn't come. Jumps up, and just at the last minute, deflects the ball away from 29. So, again, whatever that play is, Martin finds a way to get behind everybody. Then he hopes the quarterback survives long enough to throw it to him.
Yeah, to get the ball out to him far enough, and he almost had it. It was just a little bit underthrown. The receiver had to stop and come back, but Leonovich was way up in the air for that.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Braves. And he's going to hand, inside there, and he's going to be brought down hard by Buggy. Buggy all over that play, and very little gain, if any, on the play.
I think Birster was in on that one, too. Let me see here.
So it brings up a 3rd down now and 10 for the Braves, and as we talked about a little bit earlier there, they had only 2 first downs in the entire first half. As Wolf brings him up now, and he puts him into a spread formation. He's not in the wing T at the moment, as he is going to go back and pass. He leaves some guys in there.
And especially Cuff.
Cuff all over him again. And this time he had number 6 come back to him. That was a nice play by Hoffman, number 6 for the Braves. Really, he was brought down by the Cabbage, but take a look at this play. He sees his quarterback is in a little bit of trouble, and what he does is you'll see him start racing back. You can see him just in the corner there as he starts to come back into the play, and that's exactly what the quarterback needs you to do. Unfortunately, what he didn't get was the first down. He picked up only 3 yards. It brings up 4th and 7.
Yeah, it was good coverage by LeCavage and also Mitsura, number 21. They followed him back in and made sure that he was not going to pick up that first down.
So Wolf will get it off there, and he gets it over in Leonovich's direction, who keeps it and goes down almost instantly. Nice play in there by number 60 for the Braves, and that's Mike Dodge. Big number 60, one of the bigger guys on the field here for the Braves. He's a senior, 201 pound, 5'8". So the Red Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10, and unlike the first half, they actually take over in their own territory at the 45-yard line.
I don't think that's much going to matter here, Warren.
Dave keeps the ball, cuts it upfield. He'll pick up 4 yards in the play out to the 49-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, where it'll be 2nd down and 6. I'm not sure if it was a broken play or what he was doing.
No, I think it sort of looks like it's a bootleg. He is looking to skirt around the end there. He tried to make a quick cut, did lose his footing in the backfield a little bit.
So he'll wait for the play to be brought in by Wargo. Going to bring Wargo in motion, and he kind of slows up there, and we head back to Pilarski. Pilarski down in the Brave territory, down to about the 43-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Boy, you talk about, take a look at the blocking here. Look at the hole for Pilarski on that left-hand side. We got Nick Cuff, the pulling guard, coming over to pick up anybody coming through the hole, but you got Marshall Morarki, number 71, the guard, and number 79, John Skinner, And number 6, the tight end, Vince Yasenchak, just blowing everybody 5 yards downfield.
This time it's Lashinsky, and he's going to be stopped hard in there by Purdy. That's number 11, and that's what you'll see Purdy in the middle there, and Purdy's pretty much just ball hawking right now. Nice play. It'll be a pickup of about a yard in the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 now for the Red Tornadoes. Kind of a quiet game, Wayne. It's not like a lot of noise out there in front of us.
I
know on either side.
There's not that many over on the other side. You're right.
I think a lot of people took the halftime and went home. So we pitch it to Pilarski, and he's going to try to come around the end here, and he has to cut it up, and he does. Nice blocking, and he waits for it as he crosses over the 35-yard line. He'll take it down to the 34-yard line of the Braves, and that was a nice run by Pilarski, that he had a lot of patience on it.
Yes, he did. And that's what Pilarski needs to learn. Take a look at Mitsur coming over, but number 45, Mike Lashinsky, he waits for Mike to come over to pick up that cornerback, number 2.
And he does.
And he does.
Lashinsky completely takes him out of the play, and he frees up Pilarski for a little extra yards there. So it's 3rd and 1 now for the Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting squarely at the Brave 34-yard line. Dave looks around, make sure everybody's in the right spot. Now he puts Medalis in motion. He goes the opposite way of the motion. He's going to pick up the 1st down. That's Kovaleski on the carry, number 30. He carries the ball for the 1st down, so it's 1st and 10. The ball will be set down at the Brave 31-yard line. Purdy getting off the bottom there again.
Now it looks like coach is now shuffling some new legs in, fresh legs. We have number 31 going in probably at the tailback position, Damian Shikellamy. Number 48, Pete Kulik, going out as the wide receiver.
This time it's Shikellamy who was the deep back in the formation, and he tries to get over, hurdle over number 20 down there. That's Bowman, but he doesn't. So he takes it over the 30-yard line down to about the 29-yard line, where it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. And Shikellamy will trot back to the sideline here. Kovaleski in the backfield. I'm sure he's playing that I-back formation. We'll see where he lines up, and he does. He lines up behind Lashinsky. And this time we hand it to Lashinsky in a quick draw. And Lashinsky will pound it down inside the 25-yard line down to the Brave 23-yard line. He'll come up a yard or so, 2 yards short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 2 for the Red Tornadoes.
You know, Mike Lashinsky being very consistent on his running there of any dive play. And so far tonight, he's averaged at least 5 to 6 yards per carry every time he touches that ball.
So we'll line up in that I formation again. This time we hand it off to the I-back. That's number 31. Shikellamy with the ball. He will not get the 1st down. He's going to come about a yard short. He'll bring up 4th and 1. Maybe. Nope.
They gave it
4th
to him.
and nothing. It is 1st down. I don't know. I must have missed how they spot the ball these days. I'm just confused about where it ends up at. But it's enough for a 1st down, and Shikellamy does pick it up. And just like that, the Red Tornadoes are in business at the 20-yard line of the Braves.
There's the list.
Oh, you got to like this, guys.
Of everybody, but they said you cannot eat the popcorn until after the game.
They send it up in a full bag of popcorn. You got to love this crew. You got to love them. That was Leonovich on the carry. Picks up a yard in the play, bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Red Tornadoes. I asked the crew down there for the list of names of everybody here with us tonight, and they send it up, pasted on a back of a full bag of popcorn. Doesn't get any better than that. If I get him, actually, it could. If I get him to write it, Wayne, on the bottom side of a French fry box, then I'm even better off. This time we pitch it to Shikellamy on a quick pitch, and Shikellany's got the turn there. Keeps his feet on a nice run there by Damian Shikellamy.
Kovaleski, number 30?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
31 is standing over here with Coach.
But he thought about it at least. So Kovaleski on a nice play, and there it is. I have blown the entire game now. That's it. Kovaleski on the carry, and now Shikellamy goes in.
That is true.
I blame Coach Brennan for putting him in a play late.
Eric Beaver, number 56, is in centering the ball.
It's first and goal at the 9 for the Red Tornadoes. And we pitch it to Shikellamy, number 31, and he's looking around for the corner there, and he just can't get over there as they stop him out at the 11 for a loss on the play. Number 6 in there for the Braves was Hoffman, and Shikellamy just couldn't get the corner as he tried to make the turn. It'll be a loss on the play at 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 for the touchdown. 2nd down and goal from the 11.
77, Joe Tomkavich goes in the tackle position.
And number 10, we just changed quarterbacks here, I believe.
Number 10, Mike Sosnowski goes in as the quarterback.
So Sosnowski comes in here. We've seen him at North Schuylkill, 5'11", 160-pound quarterback for the Red Tornadoes, and he hands off in there, and we'll see who he handed off to in a minute as he is buried whoever he handed it off to. That's Kovaleski, number 30. So the Red Tornadoes will lose another couple of yards in the play, and will bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 15 now as they've marched steadily backward as we have an entire different group of Tornadoes in there on offense, Wayne.
Yeah, 26, the fullback, Ray Kraniak, number 27, Timmy Wargo goes in. I would assume playing the wide receiver position.
So Sosnowski, and this time he hands it to Shikellamy. Shikellany's got himself a nice run going there. He'll take it down back to the 10-yard line. He'll pick up 5. It'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 10. And we'll see what the Red Tornadoes are going to do, and I'm guessing they're just going to keep running the ball. Again, a little bit of a class act by Coach Brennan, as he has an entire new group in there on offense.
66, John Novak is in. Number 81, Scott Novak is in playing the tight end position.
So Sosnowski back to pass. He throws a bullet down there. It's going to fall incomplete. He was trying to hit number 47 for the Red Tornadoes. Matt Kufta couldn't actually got the ball close to him, but couldn't hang on to it. So the Red Tornadoes will turn the ball over at the 10-yard line. The Braves will take it over 1st and 10 as the Braves have stopped the Red Tornadoes for the first time tonight pretty much.
61, Jared Owens in the defensive tackle position. Number 87, Rich Greco. Matt Kufta, number 47.
Wolf will line them up here. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter as number 7, Wolf keeping the ball. I'm sorry, I thought Greco made the stop, but he didn't. As Wolf is on the sideline and he went out of bounds. He went out of bounds at the 32-yard line of the Braves, but not before he rips off a nice run for the quarterback, number 7, Brad Wolf, a junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. I thought Greco made the stop on the play, but he did. It was a nice fake, and Wolf, you see, has the ball, and he gets over to the Mount Carmel sideline, and right there, he steps on the line, and the referee correctly sees it. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of the 3rd period of play here at the Silver Bowl with the score of Mount Carmel area 42, the Braves of Shikellamy 3. So we'll get ready to start this final quarter of play here in Mount Carmel with the Red Tornadoes in complete control of the Braves. So in 1903,
well, actually, the series started in 1900 with Shikellamy or with Sunbury.
Oh, okay. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. I think the Red Tornadoes may have come up with it. We'll see who'll get the call there.
No, they got it.
They got it back. So a loss on the play for about a yard loss on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and just about 10 still.
Yeah,
1900 is it?
1900, October 6th. We played. In fact, Sunbury 2 times that week about October 6th and October 13th. We picked them up again in 1901. Played them twice, October the 5th and October the 12th, and then the series sort of ended there with that. Went to Northumberland, played Northumberland 1904, started there. Picked Sunbury and Northumberland back up in 1910. So the series has been going on since then, pretty much non-stop as you look at all the numbers here, all the way up until today.
One of the highlights of this series that few people remember, Phil Gerken was just talking to me a little while ago. In 1930, we traveled to Sunbury to play them, and it was the first night game ever played by a Mount Carmel football team. Yep, they were about one of 4 in the state that had lights on their field, and we played them in 30. We won, I believe, didn't we?
Yes, we did, 7-0.
And you will see that ball in the trophy case. It's a white, paint a white ball in the trophy case down there. So you get a chance, you want to look that up, a little tidbit for you to chew on as we get into the 4th quarter here. The Braves get second down and 10 now as they line it up. Wolf will get them straightened out here. And he's going to pitch it out there to Spiegelmeyer, and Spiegelmeyer makes a cut up field, and he's going to take it up to about the 38-yard line of the Braves. It'll be 3rd down and about 5. Gives us a chance to say hello to Phil's wife, Joni, of course. Joni recovering from a medical procedure quite well, I understand. We wish her the best of luck. And, of course, one thing she probably doesn't know is that when she was under anesthesia, apparently they let Phil do the operation. They paid extra money or something. I'm not sure how that worked, but that turned out pretty nice. So I'm sure she probably didn't know that. We go way downfield down there as Wolf tries to hit Spiegelmeyer, but he's too far down for him. So it'll bring up a 4th and 5 for the Braves, and there's a flag on the play. But in all seriousness, we do wish Joni the best. She's coming along pretty well, and of course, probably the hardest thing for her is that Phil is giving her 24-hour-a-day attention.
And she can't get up and move.
She can't get up and move. So. She has a lot of incentive to start walking around out there.
Oh yeah, well, she was a walker, that's for sure. I'd see her down by the house a lot, you know, walking the streets early in the morning, especially during the summertime. And that was one of her joys. She really enjoyed that. And,
of course, Phil, the sports information director here at the school, and of course, a longtime public address announcer, runs the supper club. I mean, truly, if you want to see a guy involved in Mount Carmel athletics, you want to see Phil Gergen. There's nobody better than him. He truly just enjoys the kids and sports. Wolf's going to keep it on a keeper as he cuts upside there. He's got some running room. He may.
No, I think Shivelhood, number 35.
You're right, brings him down.
Brings him down, number 35.
Wrestles him down, in fact, but not before he takes it all the way down to the Mount Carmel area. 13-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Braves, and they're on the move here. I do think it's somewhat odd that they're not playing anybody else, but I always think that's odd in times like this. You've got pretty much that first team still sitting in there.
Yeah, we've had wholesale substitution here. Number 58, Steve Polifka is in playing the defensive end position.
The other thing you might be looking at here from the Braves, of course, is some success, any success right now. Get this team rolling and get themselves a touchdown on the board here. There are 10 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the ball game. I'm not exactly sure why the clock stopped, to tell you the truth. I don't know why they have a stoppage here. They're looking at something here.
Oh, no, there isn't a timeout.
There was no timeout. They're just standing there.
They moved the chains down. I think they had some trouble with the chains.
Oh, okay. That reminds me, we had some trouble with the chains. We had the chain gang at Supper Club last night. It's always good to have those guys show up, share a meal with us. They're kind of the unsung heroes here every game, you know, doing the hard work and always doing it on the enemy sideline. So we take our hats off to the chain gang. Was glad to have them with us. Ooh, nice hit in there. We'll see who gets off the ground there. I take it back a little bit in that most of Shikellamy is still in the game, but they did have a new quarterback in the game there. Number 13 is in the game, Troy Zimmerman. He's a 5'11" sophomore. He's now taking the place of Wolf in the ballgame, so I take that back. I apologize. They do have most of that group in there, but they do have a new quarterback running the show, and there's a new back in there now as he's trying to get lined up there. So flags are going to go down. The Braves are all kind of discombobulated there. Number 6 Hoffman was the ball carrier, but it's going to go against the Braves with a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 now. Ball's going to go back to about the 14-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, where the Braves will snap the next snap from.
We have number 67 in at the nose guard position, Jason Dillo.
So Zimmerman's going to go back to pass there. He's under pressure, and he hits his man. He's got number 80 down there from the Braves, and that's Matt Dodge. It was a Mike Dodge, number 60. We got Matt Dodge, number 80 in there. So nice catch. Takes the ball down to the Mount Carmel area 6-yard line.
J.J. Pulowski, number 83, making a stop there, knocking him out of bounds.
3rd and 3 now for the Braves. As they're knocking on the Red Tornadoes' door. Zimmerman gets him lined up there. And he's going to hand off in the middle there, and that's number 6 with the ball. He's not going to pick the first down up. That's Hoffman. He did not get the first down. Nice play by the Red Tornadoes.
47, Matt Kufta making a stop. Number 57, Shane Geary.
So it's going to bring a 4th and 1 now for the Braves. The ball on the 4-yard line as they'll line up. Under 8 minutes to play here in this football game as Zimmerman brings them up. And he hands it to Hoffman.
I don't think he made
Hoffman did not get the first down.
Jason Dillo, number 67, just blocked up everything in the center of that field.
Oh my goodness,
and
what a surge.
A great stop.
The Braves are turned away, and that's probably the final insult of the night for the Shikellamy Braves, is they do not pick up the first down at the 5-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, and Big Red now takes over. 1st and 10. And that's a tough one for the Braves, as they had penetrated deep in the Mount Carmel area territory. The penalty is what killed them.
Yes.
That motion penalty is what got them, as it does so many times when you're down deep like that.
Number 50, Jerry Lepotsky, in playing the tackle position.
And we have what could best be described as a scrum at the 5-yard line. It's going to give me a chance, folks, to let you know who's actually making this thing possible tonight. On the grips is Jessica McPhee and Scott Bolick. On camera, we have Josh Yeager, Steph Yeager, Paul Frouts, Joe McGinley, and Erica Goodlunas. Still photography is Amy Hampton. She's usually next to us here. She's down in still photography. And, of course, Krista Petruskevich. She's also with us a lot. She's down on the field tonight, too. The director tonight is Big Bad Joe Gushin Jr. in the first half. And in the second half, we got Joe McGinley. So that's the crew that's making this all possible for you folks to see. Big hit that time. Ball kind of squirts all the way out, but it was blown dead. The ball now at the 2-yard line, as that's a 3-yard loss on the play. So it's going to bring up third down and about 12 now for the Red Tornadoes.
Number 37, Ryan Beavers in the game. 72, Jesse Vogler.
Also getting kind of chilly out here now as the temperature begins to drop a little bit. Been a great night for football, really has been. We've had some great nights for football. Last week started out nice, and then as soon as we got to North Schuylkill, of course, it started to rain, didn't end, and we left. But tonight, picture perfect, nice and crisp, the way you want an October football game to be played. And that's Kovaleski on the carry. He'll gain no yardage on the play, and the Red Tornadoes will end up punting from deep in their own end zone this time. We'll see who gets the punting call here. I'm not sure who does the punting for us there now. It's definitely not going to be Dave. I think he's sitting down here somewhere in front of us.
Dave's out.
Is he? Did he go back out?
No,
he
Dave's
didn't. No.
Sitting down. 47.
That's Kufta. Okay, Kufta. That's right. We saw him before. I'm sorry, he did. And he gets it out of there. And look at this kick, all the way out to the 30-yard line, where the Braves have the ball. And that's number 42 carrying for the Braves, Jason Raines. And he'll be brought down about the 19-yard line.
28, Nate Morgan making a stop.
Here you see it. Here you see Kufta. Nice play by Kufta. And he booms it out of there, and that's what you needed.
That was tough because that ball is only 11 yards back. Usually you get about 15 yards back from the center.
So nice play by Kufta to get the ball out of there and give Big Red some breathing room here as the Braves will bring it up. Ball sitting on the 16-yard line of the Red Tornadoes where they finally placed it. Zimmerman will set him up here. And he's going to pass, and I guess he's going to look for, ooh, nice play. He was looking down there for Dodge, but number 83 for the Red Tornadoes, J.J. Pulowski, all over the play. J.J. at Supper Club last night, by the way, Wayne.
Was he?
Yep. J.J., look at this play. This is a great defensive play by Pulowski. He was heading for the big rangy Dodge down there, and Pulowski just steps in front of there and knocks it down. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes, and there's a timeout on the field.
Number 89 playing defensive end position, Jason Pohutsky. '60, Joe Pulowski.
Next Friday night, the Red Tornadoes will entertain Wyalusing here at the Silver Bowl at 7 o'clock Friday night.
So remind you about Supper Club while we have this timeout on the field, of course, every Thursday night. You want to get down to Matucci's about 6:15 in that back room back there. We had a capacity crowd last night. Really was a great night last night. Had about, I think, 7 or 8 kids on the team were there last night, and all the coaches, some of them sat at my table and, of course, ate all the bread, which is a whole nother story altogether. It was turning ugly, I got to say that, but I'm trying to get past that now. But you want to get down there on a Thursday night, you truly do, and break some bread with the players and the coaches and see what's going on as we throw Spiegelmeyer. And Spiegelmeyer gets Hoffman on there on a trick play, and the Braves are in the end zone finally on a touchdown. It took a trick play against, and again, you have all the starters in there for the Braves at the quarterback. And I am starting to again wonder about this. They don't have anybody else that can play. I mean, my goodness, get some kids on the field, coach.
That's the reason why he does not have.
Get some kids on the field there. Let them play. The Braves will have to call timeout because they can't get that kick team set up. So they'll call a timeout. The score is Mount Carmel area 42 and the Braves 9. There's 4:10 remaining here in this ball game, and now the extra guy finally remembers he's supposed to be in there, and he trots onto the field for the Braves, so they'll set up for the extra point. But Supper Club, just a great time, and of course, with the big games coming up now, Wyalusing visiting us next week, and of course Wyalusing an every year District 4 threat. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, is that no one likes to drive to Wyalusing, nor do I'm sure does Wyalusing like to drive there.
Down there.
But that said, it's the last game of the series. We will not be playing Wyalusing in the regular season after this game. And the reason I bring this to your attention is that Wyalusing is truly just a great team to play.
Oh, yeah.
They are the nicest people, a great football team, clean football team. They give you a good football game every time they come down. So now they're going to go for 2 as they decided not to kick the ball. And Zimmerman's going to go back and he's going to pass, and he's got himself in the end zone there, and it's going to be good for 2 points. So that was, I believe that's number 86 that caught the 2-point pass. It's Josh Garinger, a junior for the Braves. So now at the 4:06 mark, it is 4:06 mark of the 4th quarter. It's Mount Carmel area 42, and the Braves 11. And we'll get ready to receive the kickoff from the Braves. And we'll see, we're going to put Kovalevsky back there deep, and it looks like number 28 is going to be walking back there also. Nate Morgan and 83 back there. And that's J.J. Pulowski. They'll be the 3 deep guys for Mount Carmel area here in the kick return team.
I see a new number out there, number 34, Dave Sebastian, out playing the end position.
Coach Painter trying to get everybody in the right spot here. This is tough because you don't normally practice this team with so many new faces. This is an odd thing to be doing. You got to make sure everybody's where they need to be, and I think Mount Carmel area is fairly happy that they are. Number 32 for the Braves will tee this thing up and kick it up. That's Hale. He's the guy that had the 31-yard field goal that put the Braves on the board in the first half. So he'll get teed up here. And we'll try to get this thing rolling here and mostly get the clock started again as it has stopped. And he's going to kick it down there, and it's going to go to Pulowski, who picks it up, and he crosses over to 30-yard line out to about the 33-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Mount Carmel area. Purdy on the stop, and Purdy will leave the game now finally, and he had a good game. He really did. He played a tough game, just did not have a lot of help out there. But he will walk off the field, and now I believe in the Braves have an entire new defense out there. I would have to say that now they do.
Number 12, the quarterback now is Nate Mychak, taking over the calling position. Number 82 is in there, Brian Polivka.
Mychak is the Shinsky clone.
Oh yeah,
out there. He looks just like him, same build and same size on him out there as you look at him.
Number 65, Bob Wills, playing the tackle position.
So Mychak will bring him up here, and he's going to pitch it out there to Kovaleski, who's going to try to make that turn, and he does. And he'll take it all the way out to the 45-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes, and a nice run by Kovaleski.
Nice run, and some nice blocking in the backfield to spring him to get around that corner. You should see some movement here, because the team that's out there is a JV team that's been playing for most of the season together also. So, you know, you should see a little bit of consistency with this team on the field.
Mychak's got him lined up there. Again, he hands to Kovaleski, and this time Kovaleski will be brought down for a gain of about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Tornadoes. All sitting just over the Tornado 45-yard line. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the ball game as the clock continues to wind its way down. It does not stop. As Mychak will bring him up. He's going to pitch this one out to Kovaleski. He's got himself a group of guys in front of him there. And he'll pick up another 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down now and about 7 for the Red Tornadoes.
The pitch was a little high. He had to wait for it, but take a look at Kraniak coming over, and Kovaleski waited until last minute. Kraniak makes the block on the defensive end there, and Kovaleski does make the step up to the inside of the field.
It was nice timing by Kraniak.
Yeah.
He waited till the end, made his move, and as soon as he saw the direction, just rode him right out of the play. It's a nice instinctive play by Kraniak. Flags all over the place, and that is because one of the Braves didn't get off the field, I believe, in time. He was trying to run off the field in a hurry there, and he couldn't. So I'm guessing that's what they're calling. I'm not exactly sure, but they were looking at him get off. Now, we also may have done something wrong, too. We'll wait and see. I believe it's against the Braves.
Yeah.
Simply, there it is. It's an illegal substitution. He just simply wasn't off the field fast enough. I thought that's what it was, although we started going backwards there. So it puts the ball down inside Brave territory at the Brave 47. It's now 3rd down and 2. And Mychak's going to look to pass, and he does.
And Nate Morgan, number
Morgan,
28,
and Morgan's loose. Morgan's still loose, and Morgan all the way down to about the 21-yard line of the Braves. A Mychak to Morgan pass and catch, and that was pretty. Here it is coming at you. Look at Mychak. Big, rangy guy. He's got Morgan wide open there, and Morgan's going to make a nice little move here, and boom, look at his speed. There he's gone. And he takes off down the sideline there. A nice, nifty run by Morgan. Now 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes at the 21-yard line. 44 seconds remaining here in the ball game. We're going to pitch it back to Kovaleski, and he's going to try to get around the end. He does. Crosses over the 20-yard line and ahead of steam all the way up to the 15-yard line. And Kovaleski's a hard runner.
Yes,
I like the way he runs.
I'll tell you what, we've seen a little bit of him last year, you know, towards the end of each game, and that experience you can see coming into play this year.
Yeah.
And he's on the field more now this year than he was. It's getting that timing down even in the JV games.
Well, they're hurrying up with 11 seconds. We pitch it to Kovaleski the other way, and he's ahead of steam on him there. One guy slowed him up, and he's still going. And it's touchdown. There it is, Kovaleski, and that's just sheer determination on Kovaleski's part. Coach Brennan down here wincing a little bit as he's not thrilled about putting more points on the board, but you put a team in there, and that's what they're going to do. And nice blocking, a good all-around effort on that drive by the Red Tornadoes.
And that is the game.
So the score ends. They don't even kick the extra point in the mercy rule. The score, Mount Carmel area 48, and the Braves of Shikellamy 11 at the end of this ball game here. And the coaches meet out there, shake hands, both squads shaking hands. Again, a tough night for the Braves, a tough season for the Braves as they fall to 1-7. Mount Carmel area now 5-3. And again, as we talked earlier, looking at Wyalusing, the Rams of Wyalusing will be down here in the Silver Bowl next week, and this is a big key matchup of two District 4 teams, and two District 4 teams who are going to be AA teams that are going to be in the playoffs. So this will be a real test for the Red Tornadoes, and of course then they look down the line after that with a big must-win in Selinsgrove against the Seals, who at least when we last checked on this night, you'll know this by the time it's shown, we're getting pretty well handled by the Tigers over at Southern Columbia. So that'll be a big game also. Several factors need to take place here. Not only do we need to run the table, but there are a couple of teams that we're watching that have to win or do a couple of things. This is not a shoo-in for us, but certainly if we keep winning, we're controlling at least that part of our destiny. A great win, I think, tonight. Everybody played quality minutes tonight on this team. There was a lot of people in the game for long periods of time, and that's what you like to see. No injuries, nothing like that on the field, and Big Red came out and clicked on all cylinders, both passing and running, from the very start of the football game till the very end as Kovaleski puts it into the end zone with 1 second left in the game. So you can't, no complaints, I don't think, on the Mount Carmel area side of the ball.
No, offensively, we came in exactly where we left off last week against North Schuylkill. Dave Shinsky coming out and just throwing the ball all over, picking up receivers. Medalis having another great game. He was for 4 catches for 50 yards. Dave was 8 for 8. And one thing that Jose had told me that down on the field, the record, if you want to call it, is 10 consecutive passes, and one of the people he knew there were 2 people that are in that category, and one was Doc Greco back in the 67 season, maybe 68 season. That Doc had 10 receptions, 10 passes in a row. Dave had 8 tonight. If you want to count, and Jose said he has to go back and check, the extra point that Dave had thrown for the reception there is one that they could also count, because he said he thinks one of the 10 points or 10 receptions was a reception on an extra point. Plus, he has to go back and check the end of last week's game, which would carry over also.
I can't believe he didn't know this. What's happened?
Oh, it's just something that came on him very quickly tonight.
I'm shocked. I'm almost speechless, although that never happens. But I'm almost speechless.
Oh, that's true.
Remind me to have a long talk with him. He actually does not know a stat for the first time.
Well, no, he does. He knew the stat, but he said what he has to do now. He has to go back and check to see how Dave finished off last week's game. Right. Like we knew he was 7 for 7 in the first half, but then after that, we knew there was a few incomplete passes. But then after that, in the third and fourth quarter, he said he has to go back and check. All right. But
I'll give him that then.
All right. Let's get back to the line, though, has been playing some great ball, and that is the whole key. You see when they do their blocking and what they're supposed to do. Pilarski has a great game from that tailback position. We saw Brown carry the ball tonight. Mike Lashinsky carried the ball. Matsur Baxet had touched that ball and picked up yardage just about every time they did. And the only way they can do that is by the great blocking by them from Vinci Senchak over on the left-hand side all the way over to the right-hand side where Bierster is at. Yep. So, on that side of the ball, on the offensive side, we're clicking, we're doing what needs to be done. See, again, all the experience now, you know, week in and week out. The defensive backs are getting much, much stronger, that interior line. And we have a few other boys that can get in there and in the interior line that really, you know, help out and give just a different look to the line on different plays.
All right, a big game again for the Red Tornadoes. We look forward to next week, 2 days from now, actually. You want to be here. Need a big crowd down here. The Red Tornadoes will play perhaps their most important game of the season, as Wyalusing Rams are here. And they are a district foe opponent, one we will probably see in the playoffs should we get into the playoffs, as they are already 7-1. So we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing you all here. For WKMC TV and its entire crew, good night. I forgot to say who we were, but that's okay. They probably know.
You think so?
Nah,
you think they care?
We're just going to go good night tonight.
Okay, good night.